But
Sorry about
Madeline,
that.
hey. No,
Happy
it is
Friday.
okay.
Oh my
Happy
gosh, I'm
Friday. How are
so
you?
good. I am staring at the snow as we speak, and I'm thrilled. How are you?
So good. I just came in from outside and it's just
I
so
love it.
beautiful.
I
I
know
love
it's a
the
little
sun.
winter
So
wonderland. I'm
wonderful.
really excited.
Um, Truly. Well, to kick things off, I have a few just like rapid fire questions just
Awesome,
to
let's
get
go.
to know you a bit, if that sounds good. Okay. So you
I
are a
am.
Chicago native, correct? We have to know what is your favorite pizza spot in the city?
Oh no, I don't want to start a pizza war, but I'm going to say Giordano's. I mm,
Okay. Are you
oh,
a
I'm a deep
dish
dish
person or
person.
thin crust?
I commit. I go hard.
So good. So were you born and raised around the area or
Yeah,
did you move
I am
here
a
later in
true
life?
Illinois gal. I was raised in LaGrange Park, and I went to school at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, and then I got to be in Chicago proper for 5 years before I moved to New York. So I'm so excited to be back. This is like a dream. I was I was just thinking, I saw Les Mis as a kid in Chicago, and I think when the stage started turning, I screamed "Whoa!" And at that second, I like was obsessed with theater. So it's just surreal and cool to be back here, and I know Broadway in Chicago is putting on Les Mis in like a month. So it's like it feels so cool and full circle.
And it's actually kind of funny because I don't want to point you out, but I see Preston Boyd, who's in this video right now, and he's in Les Mis, so we're
Oh, I'm
super
a
excited
little starstruck. That's so
coming.
cool.
Alrighty, well, I have to know, what is your current favorite, you know, do you have a current favorite board game or video game that you are playing these days?
Yes, I love Settlers of Catan. I do. I love Settlers of Catan. The cast and I just recently played Werewolf, which I am bad at. I'm pretty bad at, but I'm really into like that game so far. And I gotta say, for video games, I'm old school. I love Crash Bandicoot. So I have been, when I need to turn my brain off, dipping into Crash to chill out.
So good. So 20 Sided Tavern is kind of based on D&D, a little bit different, but D&D is a tabletop role-playing game. Have you always been interested in those types of games? And if so, what's your
Oh,
favorite
that's awesome. So
TTRPG game?
I didn't grow up playing TTRPG, but I got into it here in Chicago a little bit before I moved. A good friend of mine is a DM, and he got a bunch of us together, and I showed up thinking, I don't know, like I knew nothing. I didn't understand anything. And then when I moved to New York, I couldn't be in that campaign anymore. And honestly, it was 20 Sided Tavern that got me back into it. And they very patiently taught me how to play. And now I can't imagine not playing D&D when I am not doing 20 Sided Tavern.
So good. All right. And then to round us off, what was the first production that you were ever in? Doesn't have to
Oh,
be.
I started doing theater in high school, and um, I'll never forget. I was a sophomore in high school, and I was in a Moliere play, The Learned Ladies, I think, and I wore a big wig. Um, but my favorite is once I was in The Taming of the Shrew, and I was the haberdasher, which is 3 lines, and it was 3.5 hours long. And as my mom said, watching it, she went, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. Never make me watch this again." So she has been my parents have been the biggest supporters, and they've seen a lot me do a lot of things, and it's very exciting to now get to do this.
So good. So was it the productions in high school? Was it seeing Les Mis? What was the real turning point that you were like, oh, like I want to do this for a living. I want to be on stage. I
It
want to
was
entertain
I
people.
always loved to play pretend as a kid. I just always wanted to do it. My thing though was I actually didn't tell my parents that I was really passionate about acting until I started doing theater in high school. And that's because, I played soccer competitively. That was my life. And I quit. And they were really supportive, but I was so, nervous and didn't know if I could do it. So to speak to it, it was such like a precious dream. But again, I really started in high school and then got into improv in college. And it's been so cool to see that now I do improv and theater for my job.
Which is so incredible and so fun. Can you talk to us a little bit about, what really clicked for you to really get into improv? Because it's not just acting, but it's just so spontaneous and
I
so
got
fun to
into
watch.
improv because I didn't think I was funny. And at school, first day of college, they have like quad days. So you see all the clubs. And I was looking for a theater club and I just couldn't find one. But I found the improv clubs. And I was like, you know what? I am never going to make it, but let's try. Let's go for it. And then I made it. And I've met my best friends through that. And they all live here in Chicago. So I didn't believe in myself. And then I met my best friends and it became just a staple of what I did.
Oh, well, I have to say, for any of you who are watching and you have seen Madelyn on stage, you are hilarious. You are so fun. Oh my gosh, so fun. All right, so let's talk about the Twenty Sided Tavern and how you first got introduced to the show. How did you stumble
Oh,
into
yes. I
being in
think
the show?
stumble is a perfect word. In short, I followed them around until I got to be a part of it. I saw their first audition notice and applied, and then things with COVID happened. So they kind of re-sent out that audition notice once they had created their initial kind of just workshop, which was just workshopping ideas. It was nothing else. And I joined that. And then a year later, I saw that it was going up. And so I went to opening night and I was so nervous because I was really excited to meet everybody in person and congratulate them. And essentially I said, I love this so much. I hope I can be a part of it sometime. And then feel really grateful that I got invited to do more. And now here we are. But it's been a whirlwind the past year for sure.
No, I think I saw on your Instagram you went with when the show went to the Edinburgh Fest. Is that correct?
A dream come true. That was
Tell us about it.
So cool. Edinburgh is so cool. The Fringe Festival is amazing. Being surrounded, we met a lot of people whose work and shows we really have been fans of. So that was so cool to suddenly be there with them. And it was the coolest just to get to know a bunch of Scottish people and bring our wacky characters to them.
So now you're in Chicago. You're now at the Broadway Playhouse as a swing. Can you tell us what it means to be a swing in this show specifically?
Swing is so much fun. So basically, there are 3 actors who do fighter, mage, rogue, and each actor has 3 characters that they could essentially be like, okay, so for fighters, I'm giving you option A, B, C, the audience picks, and you go on. So swing, 3 times 3, I have 9 characters that I can potentially go on as, and it is the most fun exercise ever because it's just like this crazy gamut of different people I get to play. And so whenever one of the main stage people needs to step out, I get to jump in, and it's just the most fun.
Can you walk us a little bit through the structure of this show? It's an interactive show and it's so fun. I have to say, folks, like I am also one who, I've never played D&D before. I've never played a tabletop role-playing game, but I really love board games and playing games with friends. And I found this incredibly entertaining, and you don't need to know anything about D&D to come see the show. Can you walk us through a little bit of just the
totally.
structure of
It's
the
a
show?
great question. And again, I preface this as someone who didn't know how to play D&D. Also, I saw the show for the first time. And what they do a great job is it is an immersive theatrical game. So you walk in, and from the jump, the cast is moving around, introducing you, making sure that you are in the game if you want to play, making sure that you can volunteer as much or as little as that you want to engage. And then when it gets started, we have an intro where our game master will introduce the world of the show and the fact that we're about to go on a quest. and then you meet the party, you meet the characters, and the audience has the power. So through we're fueled by a gamiotics, which allows you to gamify live experiences. It's the technology that we use, and through that, the audience in real time is making choices, interacting with the characters, telling us where we're going, what we're doing, and then of course there's dice involved. So I can make a decision and I'll roll the die, and if it's a great roll, that's a success. If it's a bad roll, that's a failure. And that, it just leads us down all this mayhem, misadventure, and we really don't know what's going to happen. We're playing the game with the audience. So it's really special in that no show is ever the same twice. And we, the actors, are there with you. We don't know what to expect. And we are looking to you, the audience. You are our fourth player with us, which is something that I've never gotten to experience either as an audience member or a performer before.
So we have a few people in the comments saying they saw you in the show when you were playing the cat burglar and they thought you were hysterical. Now you play so many characters. Do you have a favorite character that you play?
I really don't, only because I have a blast with each and every one of them. Each is special and has their own abilities. And again, they allow me to like put on crazy costumes and do crazy voices and do all the bits. So no favorites, but just always the most fun.
Absolutely. And someone has commented here, I've seen this show 6 times. It's truly unique each time. And that's true. You can come see the show every night for as long as it's playing because you want to come hang out with us. But it's a different show every single night.
It's again, it's because it's a game. So, and it depends on what the audience chooses. It depends on how the dice roll. It depends on the choices that the actors make. It's the combinations of actors change all the time. So there's different play with that. And even a lot of us actors play the same character, but have totally different takes on it. So my version of the cat burglar is very distinct from another actor's version of the cat burglar, and they're both really fun, but they do different things, which I think is so again, like endless, infinite possibilities here.
So good. So, with the world of improv and things just changing so constantly, is there something for you that makes you feel most confident as a performer?
It's my castmates. It's the ensemble. Like, I feel so lucky because they're all funny, smart, very cool, caring people. And so you kind of can't fail, especially with something where you have certain risk in improv. You might fall on your face with a certain joke or think that something's going to land and it doesn't. But the fact is, anytime I've tried something and it didn't work, one of my castmates swooped in and suddenly that, I'm flat on my face, but they make a joke or they lift me up. And that's the crucial thing. Like, it's the team.
So good. Well, outside of works, I am curious. In your bio, you say that you are a founding member of High Stakes Productions, a theater group specializing in genre-based improv comedy. Tell us a little bit.
Yeah, I am very proud to be a member of High Stakes Productions. It is based in Chicago. They run right now. They do an amazing show called Hitch Cocktails at the Annoyance Theater on Friday nights, Clued In at Second City every Saturday night. And it just specializes in long-form genre-based improv comedy with like narrative storytelling and vintage flair a lot. Like, both of those really appreciate kind of 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, takes a lot of inspo. So as you can see, through whether with that or through TST, I am obsessed with narrative storytelling and character work and, all those long, intricate stories that both shows lean into so much.
Absolutely. Well, we are nearing the end of our time, but to wrap us up, do you have a piece of advice that you would give younger Madelyn?
Oh man, that's such a thoughtful question, and I guess I touched on it where just try. I was so scared for so long to admit what I wanted to do and then to pursue it, and tried out for my first improv team thinking I'd fail, and I didn't fail. And that's not to say that everything's always been a win, but I've always been surrounded by really, really great castmates and family and friends. And my only regret was not trying sooner, So keep going, be your best advocate, and know that you have a team around you.
So good. Madelyn, how can people keep up with you on social media?
Oh,
What are your handles?
I am not on many things, but I am here on Instagram at mad.mad.murphy. So please follow me, and you will also see most of my shenanigans documented on the 20 Sided Tavern's social media handles, because that is where that's where I'm hanging out all the time. I would also want to plug TST. We have a Discord, so please come hang out on our Discord channel, because that's where myself and all the cast members hang out every day, and we love to see the community grow and hear about everybody else's TTRPG adventures and cosplay and the whole thing. So please come hang with us.
So good. Madelyn, thank you so much for sharing your time and talent with us. We are so grateful. For all y'all watching, come out, see 20 Sided Tavern. You don't need to know anything about D&D or role-playing games. Come out, have a good time. Bring a fully charged phone with you. Don't forget. It's truly a really fun time, and hopefully you'll get to see Madelyn in it, because she is just hilarious. She's so fun. It's really fantastic. It's playing right now at the Broadway Playhouse until January 15th only. So grab your tickets, broadwayinchicago.com. We hope to see you at the theater soon. Madelyn, thank you so much
Thanks
again,
so much,
and
Annalie.
have a
You
wonderful
too.
weekend.
Bye, y'all.